Hey guys, I'm here. We are back for episode 3 of Moon Knight. I think the story really got the ball rolling in the last episode as we got our proper introduction to Marc as well as Khonshu and their relationship and what their goals are and what they've been trying to do up until this point. We've also been introduced to Layla, the person whose name keeps popping up on that phone that Steven found hidden and tucked away in his apartment. Turns out that's Marc's wife, who he's trying to keep out of this situation, out of this mission that he's got with this god, as this god, should Marc not work out, has her in his line of sight for his next avatar, which is why Marc's trying so hard to keep her out of the picture and away from all of this, to keep her away from Khonshu's grasp. That said, as well, Steven getting into the whole mix, still reluctantly willing to hand over any control to Marc, given the situation, what he's now learned about Marc, meets with Harrow, and he starts to present a little good pitch here. We get to learn a little bit of Harrow's backstory about his relationship with these gods and how he's turned towards worshiping the god Amet, who he believes has a more fair or efficient form of justice, and he needs this scarab in order to free Amet, which makes me beg the question of can this deity really be trusted? We'll see. We'll find out. But whatever happens, though, Howard has the ability to summon these jackals from the depths, though these creatures are not able to be seen by the untrained eye, as it seems that only Marc, Steven, and Khonshu can see them. Which draws Steven, again, being the reluctant person that he is, to hand over control to this person he barely knows in Marc, as well as what he learned about Marc's past, or at least what Harrow has revealed to him about Marc's past. There seems to be a little bit more lurking in the shadows there that they're kind of keeping tight-lipped for now. So he tries to fight this thing on his own, summoning his own suit. Since they are sharing the same body, they have access to the same powers, it would seem. But of course, the personalities differ, so Steven, being kind of like the English gentleman he is, summons not quite the battle armor they were expecting as Mr. Knight appears and puts up a pretty good fight. But in the end, it gets a little out of his hand and he has to surrender to Marc. And now Marc is in control. Steven is trapped in the mirrors, the reflections, and as he calls out Marc for what he is or what he appears to be, Marc has a little bit of a temper tantrum, and that's where we left with the episode. That all said, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into this thing. So if you're part of the 62% of people that are watching the channel, you're not yet subscribed, or maybe you're tuning in for the first time, if you enjoy the reaction, I really hope by the end of this, maybe you will drop a like or even hit that subscribe button at the end. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see the full-length reaction of this episode or any of the other ones, you can check those out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, it gets you access to those as well. Along with the full-length reactions to this series, you also get the same thing for all the other shows we cover on the channel, as well as a bunch of exclusive movie reactions that you guys actually get to put forth suggestions and then vote on what we add to that list each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, trying to make it worth your while since you guys are going out of your way to support the channel to help us improve these reactions that we bring to you guys here on the YouTubes. But of course, I know nobody can do that, and a simple way you can help us out is just by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing these videos, and helping us combat the dreaded YouTube algorithm. That all said and down the way, guys, let's go ahead and jump into episode 3. Here we go.
And then I found him with the scarab, living 20 minutes from our old place. Now he's probably going to get himself killed running around Cairo.
That's why you look so unhappy to be going home.
We found Amet. She's here.
Well, Spector's in Cairo.
Man, they've got
He's tracking us.
followers all over the world, don't they?
She's here.
I need to talk to that guy about a dig site. Oh, what are we dancing? We fighting? What are we gonna do? Marc, stop me! Stop!
No, no, no! Aww. Is it happening to Marc now? Oh, that's funny.
Where are you taking me? Marseille airport. Stop. Let me talk to you for a second.
And Steven was trying to get them back home. My cabbages! Had to do it right beside a mirror, didn't you?
Tell me, Marc, that's enough.
This isn't the time, Steven. You're gonna get both of you killed. Oh. Oh, whoa, wait, what happened there? That couldn't have been Steven.
What did you do? I swear it wasn't me. Then who was it?
To signal for an audience with the gods is to risk their wrath. Anger them enough, and they'll imprison me in stone.
Well, doesn't sound so bad to me.
See how you fare against Harrow without the protection of my healing armor.
All right, so what? You have any good ideas?
I have a bad one.
What are you doing?
Oh.
Sending the gods a signal they can't ignore.
Well, damn. Dude, that will have fucked up the tides pretty hard.
Hurry! They're gathering their avatars now.
Aren't you coming with?
Oh, I'll be there.
Wow, this is interesting. All the gods have their own avatars. Oh, do we get to meet them?
Khonshu's theatrics are unparalleled. You must be his avatar. I'm Jatsil, avatar of Hathor,
Okay.
goddess of music and love. Has Khonshu told you how this works?
Not really. Is there something I should know?
I try not to fight it. It's a strange sensation.
That's not ominous at all.
You've been banished once for nearly exposing us, Khonshu. But manipulate the sky again, and we will imprison you in stone.
Spare me your self-righteous threat! I was banished for not abandoning humanity unlike the rest of you.
We have not abandoned humanity. They abandoned us.
Speak your purpose.
I call for judgment against Arthur Harrow!
The charges?
Conspiracy to release Amit!
Let us summon the accused.
Oh. Interesting. Wow, okay.
Khonshu
Trying
will
to lie.
search for Amit's tomb, since he ensnared me to his service.
And he is a deceiver!
Do not trust the word of a shamed god. The man is clearly insane.
We will not tolerate violence.
Let us speak to Marc Spector.
God, man, these gods are fallible as shit.
I'm not the one on trial here. He is. This is about how dangerous he is, if you would just listen for a second.
He has committed no offense. This matter is concluded.
That went nowhere. That sucks. Like, it's kind of funny, though. It's like, he's gonna do this thing. And Harrow's just like, nah, not me. I wouldn't do that. And they were like, all right. See, he's fine. He's innocent.
Amit had many followers. They didn't know who to trust.
But someone had to know something.
One man, a Magi named Senfu. Find Senfu's sarcophagus and you'll find your tomb.
Okay, how am I supposed to do that?
His sarcophagus was stolen and sold on the black market. You might want to start there.
I hope you like attention. Right guy, right place, but you're not Egyptian.
Layla, what the hell are you doing here? I get that you're not happy about me leaving so quickly and coming to Cairo. I understand.
Wait, is that your apology? Just so you know, I'm not here to help you. I'm here for me and for everyone else who would die if Harrow succeeds.
Are they jousting? Okay, never mind. I was like, not what I expected.
Please, just let Steven out before you blow this.
Not a chance.
There's no location indicated.
Because the information has to be unlocked. It's coded.
Okay, all right, Stephen. You want to talk to me? Talk to me. What now?
What now? What now is you give me the body and you piss off.
Damn it, there's not time for this.
Oh, great.
Whatever they've told you, I'm sure I can offer you something much more tangible. Why settle for a clue when you can have the treasure?
The lore surrounding these relics, I offer proof that it's real. It's just a taste of the godly power I offer.
Oh, he destroyed it.
Hey, he's gone. Where is he?
Whoa! He just flung all the bullets back at him. Dude. Oh my gosh.
Stop it! Stop it! No, Mark.
Damn, dude. He's fucking them up.
Give me the body, Mark.
Oh!
Sorry. Take the body.
Oh! Oh my god. Oh my lord! Right in the spine, man.
Every time I learn something new about you, I think there can't possibly be any secrets left between us. And then something else pops up, and it's like I've not known you at all.
Yeah. You haven't. You don't.
Try that.
Maybe, actually.
I'm not getting any whole constellations. It's just little pieces and fragments.
Give it to Steven. This is his forte.
Mark, we need Steven. He understands all of this. I really think it's worth giving him a shot. Mark, we can't wait. It's okay, just let go. I don't have time.
All right, go ahead. You're in. Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Why'd he have to bring him over there? Just dump it in the sand. It just makes it harder, right? It had a nice, solid, smooth surface to work on.
Et voila. You see those little pinpricks there? That's a constellation.
We should be able to triangulate the stars into coordinates, right? Let me just scan it.
Oh, well, so unless we know exactly what the sky looked like on that date...
Khonshu?
I remember that night.
Everybody's working together in this episode at this point, except for Mystery Identity.
I can turn back the night sky.
How?
It will come at a cost, and I cannot do it alone, Stephen. When the gods imprison me, tell Marc to free me. Do what I do.
Oh! Yeah, they told him to not mess with the sky again. Holy shit. That is nutty and beautiful, man. Dude, everybody's gotta be... Like, is everybody around the planet seeing this shit? Holy crap, man.
You brought this upon yourself, Khonshu.
Oh, is he not gonna have access to the suit anymore? At least until they can free Khonshu? Oh, God. Damn. I'm worried about who's gonna wake up in that body.
You were right about Khonshu. And in the end, he left us no choice.
Were they already working together? Is that why that trial went the way it went?
Can he hear us?
We think so, yes.
Or is he just using his manipulation to get a moment to gloat at Khonshu?
I'm going to do what you could not. Your torment forced me. I owe my victory to you.
Damn. That was an interesting episode, to say the least. Man, just like a lot of Indiana Jones vibes from the way they were trying to uncover things, working the market, working their intel, trying to suave their way through situations that did not go quite as smoothly. Though they were just such the most suspicious couple in that whole situation. I don't know how they got that far, but it was fun seeing them try. And seeing Steven and Marc kind of have their roles reversed. I wouldn't say roles reversed, but having their positions reversed. Steven being the one chastising Marc from the mirrors now, and it's a little more prominent. Anytime there's a mirror around, Steven's pretty much there just like, what are you doing? Give me the body. Give me the body. Marc, gimme. As when he got a little bit of control there for a minute, was immediately trying to rush them to the airport, which again, like, Steven knows this situation, so I thought that was a little weird that he would just try to rush to the airport and just let Arthur do what he's doing. Let him get away with it. I know he doesn't want this violence. I know he just wants to get back to his normal life, but it just felt a little odd that he would just kind of like abandon all of this to happen. But it was a funny little change of events. And then especially when they woke up and neither of them butchered those people. When Marc woke up in the middle of that moment with a knife just gouged in that guy's gut. And again, covered in blood, which makes you wonder, was it Marc that killed all those people back in episode 1 when he blacked out? Or was that whoever this other personality is that we haven't met yet? And Marc doesn't really know the extent of his fracturing, it seems like. Because he even admits that Steven's existed for a while. He's just he's had it under control, as he says. To the point where she never knew that he had this disorder. So that's interesting to me. And I also found it interesting that they had to learn to work together in this episode a little bit, however reluctantly that might have been. Seeing them understand the value of one another's individual skills. You know, we saw Steven willingly surrender it back to Marc at one point in this, as well as Marc reluctantly hand the reins back over to Steven when he knew that Steven was the only one, or at least when he was, it was heavily pointed out that Steven was the only one in this moment that would be able to figure out what they needed with his vast knowledge of Egyptian mythology, his vast knowledge of puzzles, as we've seen just from the way he lives his life. And it's interesting because it's Layla and this whole thing, like with her relationship with Marc and how their relationship is fractured, I think just as much as Marc is, because he's never let her in. And I think what's funny is, like, she does love Marc, but at the same time, you can see just a little hints here and there that she, like, is taken a little bit with Steven's passion for these things, where they have these things in common as well. And I'm wondering if it's going to be this thing of maybe they heal because she's going to have all of these layers that Marc has been keeping away from her unraveled, and she can love every part of Marc. And I don't know, it'd be an interesting way to take him as the full package, including all of the personalities there that live within. Though we don't know the murder one. So who knows what that one's like. I can't wait to meet that one. Is that the end of it? How many more are there? There could be endless ones tucked away that are just lying dormant, come out when they just don't expect it or realize it at any point. It's interesting. The visuals in this episode were also a lot of fun. The rooftop stuff, as they're running through the city in Egypt, beating down the baddies and all that, all the way through to these other settings, to the set, like that whole, I don't know what, they mentioned it in the episode, but I don't know what that sport was that he was practicing. I forget what they called it. But that arena was a different change of pace. And also just, I know there wasn't any blood at all in that scene because logically the suit's healing him. They made sure to mention that in this, that my healing armor. So like he was getting impaled. So like visually it was extremely brutal, but of course there was no viscera to accompany it. And they created their own kind of reason for that. So a lot of that brutality remained, but of course they were able to keep the blood to a minimum. But it was something seeing him just kind of take all those spears completely through himself, through his hand, and then just kind of return the favor back to everybody that was trying to hold him down. It was quite the sight seeing him just run through with a bunch of like rods and stuff. It was a fun little sequence. And just how efficient he is with throwing those little moonerangs. I don't know what to call them. But yeah, man. Throwing moons? Instead of throwing stars, throwing moons? All the way up to Khonshu even having to get involved with the whole situation. And not only that, has he been talking down to Steven this entire time, his existence, yo, I summon the gods, you bring a worm, or whatever he has to say. But then it comes to Steven towards the end, who's the only one capable of helping Khonshu wield this power to turn back the sky to the night they need to find the location of Ahmet's tomb without the compass. So it was like all these things were kind of coming together in one way or the other, and I like that. I thought it was a lot of fun. The courtroom scene where the gods were just kind of like rushedly summoned was a little weird. It was quick paced. It was like the oddest like court thing that I've seen happen, which makes me wonder, like I said, did it happen in that way? Because it seemed like Harrow just was like, he's lying. It just seemed like it just seems like weird that was like all they needed as far as a testimony to like. It was just so weird that if they're not in his pocket, it's so weird to me. The one that obviously helped in the end, I forget which avatar she was for, but she came over and talked to Marc on the side and gave him the hint to go track down the sarcophagus. So it's not all of them, but it seemed like the center dude is the one, at least that we saw him talking to at the end. Maybe he's already kind of in the pocket of Harrow, or maybe Khonshu has burned this bridge so much that they need a much better argument than Khonshu's like emotional, anger-fueled just chastising of Harrow, the gods, and everything. That was not how you make a plea, man. He did not sell himself or his stance very strongly at all. And then, like I said, like unless it's that, like they're just over and done with Khonshu and his shenanigans, that's enough for them to just kind of like shut him down as this mild testimony of somebody just like preying upon the weaknesses, the unwellness of their relationship, their dynamic, on how fractured that not only Marc is, but Khonshu himself, who is not willing to admit this loss, this defeat, and take it for what it is. He was able to manipulate that situation, but it just something about it just seemed so a little too easy for Harrow to get out of that. Like it was just like There was no proceedings. There was no exchange about that. It was just like a your case, and we decide who's right. And we don't like Khonshu, so we're just going to say Harrow's right. Especially because they know he was a previous Avatar. It's like, is there no fact checking that can happen here? It's just like, damn it, man, come on. You're supposed to be gods. And it just seems like something fishy is involved. And if it's not, it was just a little hokey. And I enjoyed it. It was funny, but especially Oscar Isaac's performance there when he was talking as Khonshu out of Marc's body, and the way, again, playing back to episode 1, where it just goes to show how really well Oscar Isaac can play this puppeteered body, like where his mouth and eyes are doing and betraying himself in a different way while his body is fighting it. He's just doing all these things against one another, and like it takes some control of one's body that I don't think very many people have, man. I think people underestimate just how much it takes to desync your body like that on that level, but also with purpose. It was really well done on that aspect. So yeah, man, it was a fun episode. It's moving us forward. Some fantastic visuals, especially at the end there, as Khonshu breaks yet again his rule of messing with the sky. And it's just, we'll see the consequences of now Marc doesn't have the suit. They can't call upon it at all. I will give it, though, Khonshu is not willing to go down without a fight, especially considering the consequences that are going to happen. You know, he seems to be the only god that cares about what's going on in the world at all, while the other ones are just kind of tucked away and hiding, very just kind of scorned by man's turn away from their belief, their worship, and all that. So they're just like, well, tough luck. It's not their concern anymore. Well, Khonshu's actively vying to try to bring some sense of justice to the world still to this day, and prevent just this mass genocide of the planet that'll incur if Harrow succeeds and releases Amit. And they even know the threat of that. So it's just another thing that makes that whole like courtroom scene fishy to me, is like that, like they said, that is a steep accusation to bring upon them and bring to them to place on somebody else, but with nothing more than coarse words to back it up, unfortunately. I don't know. It is what it is. It's a fun episode, some fun action, some fun visuals, some great performances here and there. There were a few moments where with Layla, I was kind of like, could we have not done another take on that? But it is what it is, man. I really enjoy the episode. I can't wait to see what they do from here. I think episode 4 is the final episode that has been screened by anybody. So a lot of what we've been hearing from the critics is based on these 4 episodes. I've heard that episode 5, though, is one to really look forward to. So I'm excited, man. I'm enjoying the show so far. I think the first 2 episodes were a little bit stronger overall than this one, but I still had a blast with it, man. It's moving us forward. It's getting us going, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here, guys. So what'd you think of the episode? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Feel free to join us in our Discord. We could talk about it there as well. If you want to see the full-length reaction, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, it gets you access to those as well. And speaking of, before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends, Manny Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Philly Vane, Yori, Corey Scott, Margaret Grace, Mary Bradley, Nate Prouty, and Melita. Thank you guys, as always, for your continued support. And everybody who's been tuning in and supporting the channel, love you guys, and I'll see you all next week with the next episode of Moon Knight. Take care, everybody.